and it is July 1st, 2021, which means he's back. Giannis, welcome back from vacation. The fun is over, but maybe it's only just begun. How do you feel, man? Welcome back.
I feel reborn. I feel like Super Saiyan level 5 combined with, monk Zen levels. It's surreal. I feel if you listen to the episode 10 or 9 or something, I'm a different person. Very sure about that. I'm still relaxed. Today might be a premiere, Ricky. Today might be a podcast premiere that is totally irrelevant to the content. But I'm wearing jeans, no sweatpants. This is me getting back into work mode.
Whoa, you're wearing jeans and not sweat. So you've taken a month off and you feel like you're a completely new person.
I do. It was a little rough at first to get back into work mode, I guess. Sit in front of the computer and just do actual work that I usually do. So I decided scratch the sweatpants and put on some legit pair of pants, and that helps. Like a psychological little trick that I used, and that is working flawlessly. I'm super productive already. Only on day 1. I'm gonna return to the stream tomorrow evening. I'm actually a little excited. First stream in 5 weeks or something.
I think a lot of people are excited about it. A lot of people have been asking, where is Neo? But I think I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you've been trying to slowly come back for about the last week, I would say.
But very slowly.
Yeah, but I would say that's a good sign of vacation, because a lot of people go on vacation, they go, oh, it wasn't long enough. But you were I'm ready to come back. So do you feel like it was worth it? Was a month long enough?
Yeah, I think so. If 4 weeks are not long enough, I should definitely get treatment or therapy or something. But I self-treated myself, and I learned a lot, how to reduce stress levels and what's good for my mental state and also my body. I just ate and drank shit. My nutrition was pretty much garbage. And last time I talked about how my friends that I went on vacation with were only doing vegan stuff when we were there. And not that I'm a super green hippie vegan now, but I'm trying to mix it in a little more. This is not gonna become a cooking podcast or a veggie podcast or whatever. But yesterday I did some pasta with spinach. Spinach, is that the word in English? I think so. And that was real good. So a little screws adjusted here and there. And I think I decided, I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think I've decided to leave the Discord app off my phone. What do you think about that?
Ooh, risky. That sounds risky. I think did you hear the research about spinach?
No.
So they compared spinach to the nutrients in spinach from the 1980s to today, and there's remnants of 2% of the protein and stuff like that that's in the original. So people say spinach is one of the most healthiest things, but it's been dubbed down to it's not healthy at all anymore. It's just
yeah. Thanks for crap. The encouragement, man. I'm just trying to do something good, and you just take the hammer and shut it down. Thank you. Very encouraging.
No problem. Just letting you know. But I think that's good. I mean, that's one thing I could probably copy off of you is good eating habits. And usually when you go on vacation, you drink more, eat shittier. So you've done the opposite, which is good. You look good. You feel good. You feel good. You seem like you're feeling good.
Yes.
And that's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you though.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you were gone for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Legit gone for a month, not doing shit, right?
Yeah.
You come back, channel's looking stronger, no?
It's looking okay. It's not it's not broken. You just want to collect some praise here, I guess. But
yes, I do.
I have actually no idea what sub numbers were before I was gone. I have no idea.
Oh, they're higher. Oh, I got them. I got them.
I have no idea how many donations we got, for example. So from the financial standpoint, I got no clue. And I didn't update our stats yet for June, so I can't do a real comparison from like April to June, but I felt like you guys streamed a lot. I can't say anything about the quality of the streams because I only watched your Dust League group drawing, but it felt like you did a lot.
I think we got a lot of hours in, that's for sure. Full hands on deck. I think Remo just finished a 6-day in a row stint where he covered Smile Cup, which was amazing. Yeah, we definitely ramped up the hours. I think the viewership actually went down this month because I think COVID restrictions are starting to go away and a lot more people are going outside for summer, which is like inevitable.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, that's completely normal. But for the most part, still very good, man. The community's still intact. Everything's looking pretty good. And I'm excited to have you on because we still had manpower issues with just us three. So having you there as well, like we can actually bang out a lot of the shows that we wanted to get done. And I think it's going to be good to have you back, man. Obviously, I think the biggest thing for me was coping with making all these decisions without you for the most part. But now, like that, I get to like snowball off of you. I think this is going to be really, really good. And I think, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. There was one tweet of yours where I thought, that's really good. We should do this more often with more people in the Warcraft scene. For the people on YouTube and on Vimeo, I will show it right here. Just a little praise to Remo. And this is something we should definitely do more. I gotta give props to my boy Remo Demo this past week. 6 days in a row broadcasting, over 25 hours of Warcraft action. Back to Warcraft feels strong, man, muscle emoji. And yeah, why not do this more often, man? I feel like our social game, this is also something I learned in the break. Our social game is pretty shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah.
Because, yeah, we tweet when we're live, etc., etc., but it's not interesting. Like, it's a decent call to action for a stream. Sometimes we post some news, but I got a feeling we could change a lot and improve a lot on all socials.
Yeah. I think that tweet was just more of like I mean, I've been there with the 4 in a row, with the 5 in a row, and honestly, I'm a zombie, and I pretty much write off the next 2 or 3 straight days because I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
So when he did 6 in a row, I mean, I felt that. So I was like, damn, dude, like, that's legit. Like, that's a lot of work. You guys don't think about it. Like, 25 hours over 6 days, that's not even like a full-time job. But what you guys don't realize is it's so much energy, man, to put on it, like, to broadcast. Like, it's a lot of energy, and it's a lot of mental energy, I think, which is like the main thing. But you know, Remo stuck it out and he did a great job. And I do think we should tweet more often, not just like praise, but like more like a human level shit, you know, like that's just like me coming at him at like a human level. Like, dude, I respect that. That's the grind, you know?
Yeah, I think it's kind of easy to do here on the podcast when we're in a conversation anyway, like I did for the guys like Hippo or Armin who just are climbing the ELO ranks. But I don't know how visible this is if we do it on a podcast. If you put it on Twitter, it's definitely way more visible and links directly to the other content creator or player that gives him a bigger following. Ideally, like if it's only 5 to 10 new followers for this guy or the girl or whatever, that's already great. That is supportive, and we should do this more often. We should use our reach to support other people, and we should use our reach to inform more people, because I was living outside the Warcraft bubble for the past 5 weeks, and all information I got was pretty much the account of Stoker, who constantly posts the tournament results and the ELO development. So why is Stoker doing this and not us? Like, this is our job to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the monthly recaps are great that he does on Twitter. It's nice to catch up because I'll sleep in and I'll be like, who did win that, you know? And he'll be like, oh, okay, Lynn did. That's cool. I think that's great. I want to say something about Hippo. I didn't even know this. I've known Hippo. Well, you've always like streamed him like during the cups and stuff like that. But what you guys don't know is he was the the head manager owner of Never Ionics, and that was a UK team. That was the first team I ever managed.
Really?
So
you guys crossed paths.
Back in the day, yeah, he used to be called Deranging. I didn't know that Deranging and Hippo were the same person. But yeah, I wanted to be a manager. There was no fit for me in the NA scene, which I told you about, and I wasn't big time enough to join the Chinese teams yet. I was a nobody. I was a legit nobody, but I wanted to manage players, and I wanted to manage a team. And Never Ionics, aka Deranging, aka Hipposaur, was like, yeah, you can come help me out, be like an assistant manager for Never Ionics. He gave me my first shot, man.
Ooh.
And we managed Never Ionics. Krav was on that team. There was a really good French elf player named Anka. I think Violet came on our team for a little bit to play a little bit of Clan Wars, but he played human because he loved human at the time. But shout out to Neo Ferrari. But I think that was really cool, man, because people were posting in the gym chat and they were like, oh, this is an old picture of Hippo. And it was, camera's all messed up. And it was Deranging's StarCraft profile. And I was like, wait, they're the same person? And then I was, I think like I was streaming or he was streaming and I was like, Lassie? Like his name's Lassie, right? I was like, is that you? And he's like, yeah, I never told you. I was like, why the fuck would you tell me, dude? Like I thought you were gone. You know what I mean? Like he went to StarCraft 2 and I just thought he grew up. But like I was like, damn, you're still here. Like that's amazing, dude. I fucking love you, man. And I was giving him the props that he deserved because there wouldn't be a Bidu, man, without Never Ionics letting me have a shot. 100%, I would not be where I am today if I didn't start with Never Ionics. That's just that's a fact.
Damn, there would be no podcast without Hippo.
There'd be nothing. Like I helped Never Ionics, and then I wanted to do my own thing, and that's when Rage Esports came out, and Rage was like, "Hey, we're looking for a connection to the Asian scene. Do you want to be our go-to?" And I was like, "Yep." Oh, the missing nose really bad today. And then I was like, "Yep, I do." And then that's when I joined Rage, and that's when I slowly moved over to eHome. But nothing of that would have been a thing without Never Ionics. So big shout out to Hippo. I love you, bro, and I'm glad you're sticking. He's so nice to me too. Like Hipposaur was like overly nice in like Twitch chats and stuff, and I'd be like, what's this guy's deal? Like I'm not that I'm not that memorable, but it's deranging, man. I love you.
This is super cool. Yeah, I really wonder why he held back with that information.
Yeah, I'm like, that's something you should probably tell me right away. Hey, dude, it's me. I'm like, why didn't you say that? He's like, I never wanted to. I was like, dude, I mean, you're a beautiful human being. But yeah, same person, same dude.
Yeah, I totally agree. Super cool guy. We never really had an interaction, really, except of like, hey, join my game. But maybe we get him on the podcast and ask him about it. Or he sends in a voice message or something and explain it. But yeah, we were talking about socials, and I gotta be honest, I did take a couple of hours to do some social media workshops in the break I did. So plenty of stuff to learn. I did Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The YouTube one wasn't particularly good, I think, but Twitter and Instagram for sure. And I hope you will see some adjustments and feel some adjustments. And we want to put more emphasis on that, and hopefully it's noticeable. But yeah, little task for the viewership and listenership and whatever else you are. I'm kind of starting to get into cooking healthier, so send me your best recipes. Must be easy, must be tasty. Send it to me at YannisOfficial, Neo at Back2Warcraft.com. Go! My Discord crashed, I think. Sorry, Ricky, we're gonna be right back. Dun, 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 dun. Stay put. We're reconnecting. Hello?
Oh.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, sorry, my Discord crashed. This does happen from time to time.
Yeah. We could just cut this and come back in.
Nah, we don't cut anything. This is uncut, baby.
Oh, unfiltered all the way? All right.
All the way. Yeah, unfiltered, hey? Could be my next topic. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Should I start with this?
Get me back on the screen, because I can't focus if I can't see myself.
Oh, so...
A little bit of a Discord crash there. It happens. We're not even going to cut this shit. That's fucking amazing. All right, fuck it, dude. You just get little technical difficulties as well, boys and girls and ladies and gents.
Yeah, I was talking. You were gone.
Saying about workshop, you were saying how, hopefully you guys can see the difference, and then go.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Next topic, which is kind of a Neo exclusive topic, I think, because you want to hold back a little on this.
No, I don't want to hold back. I just don't have any idea what you're going to talk about. So go ahead. You start, and then of course, I'm going to come in and say, yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Of course. There was another topic you wanted to talk about. Was that the hippo thing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. So, my wonderful friends of Reddit posted something. I gave them praise once, right? And then boom, here they go crushing it. First of all, before we go into this, the topic. There was a Reddit thread called "Banned from Back2Warcraft chat for opposing Chinese Communist Party?" And a viewer was basically in the chat when Remo was streaming, and he was constantly talking about the CCP, apparently. I wasn't there, obviously, but I dug up the logs, and yeah, that was kind of what it was. And Mr. Freedom of Speech Remo banned him for that. He later was in the thread as well. He said, "Oh, I just wanted to time you out. Sorry, it was a misclick. Give me your Twitch name and we will unban you." So no biggie, really. But yeah, I was attacked in that thread later for voicing political opinions in streams, and there was a whole big discussion about should you even mention politics on stream, like, ever. This is just a video game stream. I want some peace when I tune into this. The world is stressful enough. Don't bother me with politics when I try to have an entertaining evening or afternoon, or just want to get my mind off the real world. And this thread has 0 upvotes, so I know this doesn't stand for all of Reddit. This is clearly not standing for the entire Warcraft community. But I just wanted to bring it up because it got a lot of attention. It got like 50 comments and something, and the vocal majority in this thread is against my opinion on the matter. So I didn't want to engage into this thread because I was still on vacation. I didn't really know what the issue was, and I didn't want to spend my free time arguing with people on the internet. So I'm using this platform right now to explain myself in a hopefully understandable way. So when I was attacked here by one comment, this one got upvotes, by the way, interestingly. It's a quote like how Neo openly plugs quote-unquote trans rights and tells us to wear a mask. I just want to watch video games. I don't even agree with the OP, but this is clearly a one-sided issue. Neo is very open with his left-wing views. True. He would also make negative comments about Trump when he was president. True. Totally agree with you. True. I just want to play video games without dealing with your need to inject politics into everything. Please tell this to Neo. At least Remo Demo seems to be politically neutral when he casts. I respect that. Funny that Remo was the one banning the OP. So my take on things is that politics clearly have a place in video games, because video games is an art form and politics have always been part of art. It should always be part of esports broadcast as well, because esports is generally sports, and there's almost no better way to spread the word and awareness than through sports. We see this in football. I just watched a documentary not too long ago about the first people of color in the German national football team. And it was a heartbreaking documentary about how much shit they had to went through. They clearly had the skills, but fans just didn't accept them because of the color of their skin. Now, 30 years later, it's clearly normal. If you look at our national team right now, it's clearly no issue anymore. And this is what sports can do. Raise awareness and normalize things. Or media in general, whether it be music or movies or sports, broadcast, and entertainment, whatever. So, this will always be part of my broadcasts. I think I have this in balance. So it's not every stream that I try to convince you to become a communist or something. I don't have the most left-leaning things on stream. I don't say that. I don't say burn down the police or burn down the government or whatever. I think it's pretty balanced. Clearly left, obviously. But if you know me for a while, you know how I grew up and where this is coming from. I did a lengthy Patreon post about that and the influence of music on my life as well. So this is not going away. But I think it's kind of fair. And other people suggested, well, if you want to talk about it, then make a format of your own, or like a politic format on your stream, or just separate it from the esports broadcast. And I think, no, this is absolutely the wrong way, because you don't reach people that have no interest in the topic then. You have to get the people out of their bubble, and you have to reach people with these opinions that usually wouldn't read articles about it or watch videos about it. Raising awareness is what people like us can do, who have a platform, thankfully, of sometimes more than 3,000 people at the same time, of sometimes 40,000 people tuning into a broadcast. Sorry if this is boring you, but it's really important to me. And we can reach a lot of people. And I think what we stand for is mostly equality. Just treat people, all the people, the same way, regardless of where they're coming from or how they look like or what or who they love. It doesn't really matter. And esports is such a wonderful example of that, and always has been, that people from very different regions of this world come together and just celebrate a game, regardless of politics. We had this at one WGL event in China, I think, might have been GCS, where we had like 7 different nationalities in one hotel room just celebrating a little, when nationalities of these players were at the time at war with each other. And this is the beauty of esports. We can bring people together if we force the issue a little bit. And I hope it's not too much on the nose. But this will not go away on my streams. I will always stand for my beliefs. I will bring things up if things are unfair. I will raise issues if I see them. For example, Happy was not very nice to homeless people. And then I did a tweet talking about how we have to support them, especially in winter, when people in Western civilized countries are freezing to death. Like, how is this bad? I don't see that. How is equality bad? How is saving lives bad? I know usually I get a lot of praise when I say this, and there's just a couple of people that have a very, very loud voice on Reddit or Twitch chat or whatever that are against this. And the majority appreciates it, but yeah, for the haters, sorry, if you don't like it, mute me until it's over. And that is everything I wanted to say about it, I think. Ricky, you still there? Oh. Oh. Hey, we have a few Discord issues today, right? So, yeah, I'm done.
Hold on, I'll turn the record back on. Okay. Yeah, so I basically just heard the there is a spot for this in sports, and
wow, you didn't hear anything at all.
Nope. But if you got real recording, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Then I would just say I mean, yes and no. I mean, I really don't think in a Warcraft 3 broadcast, unless we're joking. I mean, I'm always going to joke about politics because that shit's hilarious. Like the Biden's going to steal your meat is such a hilarious meme that I'm going to bring that up. If I can joke about Trump, if I could joke about anything, I'm going to. But like a serious, I don't know about like serious discussions. I don't know. It always feels weird, champ, to me when people talk like.
Jesus, it's gone again. Sorry about that. Should we switch to something else, maybe? I wonder.
Hello?
Yeah, back again. Something is wrong with Discord today. I don't really know what it is. But yeah, it feels weird, champ.
It feels, yeah, so it basically feels weird when sometimes you're tuning in and you have to like hear this when you really don't want to. And for the most part, that's like 50-50, right? Some people like the banter, some people don't. But people have to accept that when you're tuning into that broadcaster, and you're going to hear whatever you hear. And it's like this expectation where like, I'm tuning into Warcraft 3, so give me Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 3 only. Like, you can go fuck yourself. You don't get entitlement to like dictate how people do handle their channel ever. So I do think that, you know, people need to be more accepting of like, you know what, they might say some weird shit or some shit that, you know, I wasn't really expecting. Or, you know, the broadcaster can also, you know, maybe not go on a 45-minute hour tangent on something that's a little off topic. So in that case, you know, I feel for both people. But I mean, you've always been like kind of a guy that is very leftist, and you very much like progressive things. You like to vocalize it, and that's fine. So I mean, kind of some of this flack is a little over the top. Like the Reddit, none of the Reddit posts even seem like they're that accurate. I mean, they're kind of just like saying shit. But for the most part, I think, I mean, fuck them. I don't think you should respond, and also I don't think you should care. You know, like, who cares?
I do care.
So like the thing is, the 5 people in that Reddit post compared to the hundreds of people that also read and disagree. Like the small, I know that the loud, negative, or this what's it called? The small minority loud negative comments will weigh heavier than 100 comments of praise. But I mean, these people are just looking for hate. Also, the main OP was Kodos Forsaken, who's like the biggest troll ever. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was Kodos that got banned. So like, he's clearly trolling with the Chinese Communist Party. Like, he's trolling. So you got to take the context. It's Kodos Forsaken. So I would just I would just say, who cares, man? They're just trying to rustle your jimmies, and don't let them break you. Don't let them break it, Kramer.
No, never. But if that is, like, apparently this is clearly an issue to some people, since it got like 50 comments. So I will not stop. I will rather do it more, because apparently not too many people are of the opinion that, for example, living a homosexual life is to be accepted. And what the fuck, guys? I know there is clearly some issues, since we have plenty of viewers also from Eastern Europe, where education on these things is a little different than it is in like Central Europe, I guess. But hey, I'm gonna be a little more on the nose about that, and I won't stop. And yeah, just wanted to get this off my chest. That
so I think, like, in that regard, there will always be people, like, you can't get 100% of the world, unfortunately, to want to be okay with that. But I mean, for the most part, the people that we want to deal with are cool, you know, like.
Yeah, as I said,
there's pieces of shit everywhere in the world. I don't really, I mean,
but I'm
obviously,
of the opinion that if people are loud about this topic, you should ignore it. I think you have to shut them down.
Like, negatively loud?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. You should tell them to, you know, get with the times and allow people to fucking be whoever the fuck they want. You know, like, at the end of the day, who gives a shit?
Who
you know,
gives
I've always
shit, exactly.
Like, dude, I mind my own business, and I always have when I was a kid. So like, growing up, I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit what you do behind closed doors. I don't care at all.
My roommate,
I don't understand why people would, like, why do you want to put that stress on yourself to care so much? First of all, for something that you shouldn't even have any right to dictate what people do with their own sexuality or anything. What they do with their bodies, what they do with any choice they want to do. It's up to them.
Yeah.
And if you really don't like it, you can just not interact. The same way people don't interact with the hobo on the street that's like screaming at himself. I mean, it's like, not for me, you know? But if you want to go give that guy a ham sandwich, go give him a ham sandwich. You know, like, it doesn't really matter. You could just walk away. But the people that actually go out of their way to, like, try to promote negative shit about people like that is just like, dude, you're the worst type of person. And I think everyone knows that. Like, there's no positivity that could come from something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so dumb.
True.
You know?
Yeah, my roommate had a very good metaphor for this. He said, like, dude, as long as people complain that you put pineapple on your own pizza that he doesn't have a slice of anyway, the world is still a little fucked. Like, this is applicable to a lot. Like, why would you care if there's pineapple on my pizza? Just let me have my pineapple pizza. Let me enjoy my pineapple pizza. And you order, I don't know, pepperoni pizza all you want. Make it double. Make it double.
Yeah, do your own thing. Yeah, walk away from this and do your own thing. Like, I just I don't understand, man. It's it is kind of upsetting. Like, you know, I don't want to make this a political podcast, but like, I think like the biggest thing for me is like, I was very out of the loop when I was a young kid. I never really got the education on like Black Lives Matter and anything like that. But when you start to read some of these stories about like how people like get pulled over by cops and they're like genuinely afraid, like that, I can't relate to that. And when I think about it, it's very, very fucking scary.
Yeah.
And it's very sad and it's wrong. And, you know, it's just like shit like that. Like, that's another topic, you know, where people have negative, stupid opinions. But like, I just like, you have to have empathy and you have to try to put yourself in people's shoes and understand what you have, you know, like, because I'm very grateful for the life I have because, you know, compared to other people that have it bad, it's fucking shit. And I don't know if I could be able to cope with that. I don't know how I would cope with that. And so I just think you should just be positive and you should just try to fucking be nice and treat others the way you want to be treated. That was a motto in my elementary school, is treat others the way you want to be treated. And I don't see any other way to word that and get your point across.
Yeah.
Would you want someone hating on you on a Reddit post? You specifically? No, you wouldn't. Would you want someone telling you what you should be doing? No, you wouldn't. Would you want someone to be accepting and cool and be like, hey, you can do what you want, man. You want to go grab a beer? Like, that's what you want, man. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And I doubt any of these motherfuckers on Reddit behind a computer want to be treated in the way they're treating people. So they're just losers.
Yeah,
there's my hot take.
Comments like this oftentimes come from a very privileged perspective. People like this have never been discriminated against. I can say
100%. I have no, and that's why we're talking about this. I don't have any right to even say anything, right? Because I am, I guess, the privileged person. I don't know what that means, but I'm unprivileged in other ways, but definitely in the topics we're talking about, very privileged. So I'm coming from a sense of like, what do you know about it? Honestly, I don't know anything of what people are going through. I can't relate. I can only feel empathy, and I can only feel. Yeah, you know, I can only just say I don't want to treat you like that, and I don't think you should be treated like that, and that's all I could really do. Yeah, you know. But let's go back to the topic here of try to put me on the screen too, because I don't know if I'm doing the missing no or not.
No, everything is fine. I'm just worried that if I put the camera on, then Discord will crash again.
That's fine. Yeah, we can finish this. But I think, you know, I don't know. There's a time and a place. I do think like Twitch itself is like pure entertainment. I've always just viewed Twitch as pure entertainment. And if people want to make jokes politically, that's totally fine. If people want to make any jokes or banters, but you know, there is a time and a place to make your Warcraft 3 stream political. I think, you know, like the same way we wouldn't just turn off the game and start playing Call of Duty. Like, there's why would you do that? You know, like so it's like context matters. But this shit kind of grinds my gears. And you know, me and you I'm probably very right wing, but you're probably very leftist. Maybe, I don't know. I just think we tend to disagree on things. But like this kind of shit, there's no reason why we should be separated on these matters, even though like we have different like this. Just it's so fucking stupid, man. But I think Kodos is just trolling you and trying to troll you, and it worked. So there's that.
It's kind of good to get it out. I think I haven't said something like this in a long time, and sometimes people have to be reminded of this. And I think, as you said, there's a time and a place. I would never do this, or okay, maybe my memory serves me wrong, and if there was an occasion, then please let me know and correct me. But I think I've never talked about politics on a map, or not even during a series. Like, it's always a little bit of a separate part of the broadcast, either when there's a downtime or before we go offline or right at the start of the stream. This is at least how I remember it. But you know, I'm getting old and I had a couple of drinks in the past couple of months, so maybe that serves me wrong. But yeah, if I'm totally wrong on something or you think I'm totally wrong on something, please let me know. There's many feedback channels. You can reach out to me via Discord, email, Twitter, whatever. I'm not answering insults and stuff like that, or if there's a certain QAnon wording behind it, I know where you're coming from and I'm not gonna argue with you, but yeah, if you have feedback on that, please let me know. I'm open to everything and I'm gonna read everything, so yeah.
I think the main thing too, Neo, is like the reason why I specifically don't like talking about this shit is the negative people that we don't agree with, they don't give a shit what we're saying right now. They're going to keep being negative. It's not going to change them. And the people that do agree with us and think that you should treat people nicely, they're just going to be like, well, that's obvious, right? So
that's
even bringing this up... No, it's the truth, man. Like, the negative people aren't going to listen to us and be like, oh, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't be living my life like this. They're just going to keep doing it. So I think, like, the main thing that we can do is you could bring it to light if you want, but just acting in accordance to how we feel, right? Like, yeah. Like we obviously... I mean, I hope we don't project any of that negative shit, but we just, all we can do is just treat others the way we want to be treated and then hope that positivity spreads. But like actually trying to go on this podcast and be like, hey, you shouldn't do nasty shit to people for no reason. Obviously people are going to be like, yeah, no shit. Right. And then the negative people aren't going to change. The negative people aren't going to change their minds. They're going to keep being negative. So, and to be honest, you're not our audience. So yeah, I think it's a non-issue really. In terms of like Back2Warcraft's stance on this, I think just keep casting the games and be nice to people and it'll rub off. Hopefully.
All right, next topic then. There was a long one. I thought this would just be a 5-minute monologue turned into a 20-minute discussion, but yeah.
Well, I personally don't like how people just like pin you as like I don't like reading that either, but then at the end of the day it's the same people that, you know, shit talk me on the comments and stuff, and I don't think those people are really understanding what we're trying to do, or like, you know what, we don't have to agree with their opinion, we can just ignore them. So like this Reddit post, you could have just ignored it. I'm surprised it even stayed up this long, especially when Remo said, hey man, I just wanted to time you out and I accidentally, but like it should have been closed right away because it's like a non-issue, right?
Okay,
but
I think I never said this anywhere, but of course I'm a mod on this Reddit and I could have deleted it, but I do have a rule for myself that when anything is Back2Warcraft related or regarding myself, I never take action on that thread, because that would be like mod abuse and I don't want that. Yeah. So yeah, that is why this thread is still open, I guess. There's a couple of reports.
You also have nothing to hide, so it's like, let this come out. Hopefully the people back you, but like if you have to make a statement, do it. But you don't have to right now. Like this is like, at the end of the day, like he was supposed to get timed out. He got banned. Like people could talk about our opinions. Obviously, we're human beings. At the end of the day, we have our own opinions, our own life experiences that shape the thoughts in our head. But I just think, like, for the most part, looking at us as like negative impact is like, dude, you're a little bit out of your depth. So at the end of the day, I don't think we really push negative shit, but I could be wrong.
Everybody could be wrong. People, write some feedback on this. All right.
I hate that we even gave them the satisfaction of like.
No, I like it. Sometimes you have to take a stand. Sometimes you have to clarify. Sometimes you have to be a little more vocal, especially when you're getting called out for being a decent human being, essentially. At least I hope so. So, something lighthearted, maybe, Ricky. Did you, or do you, follow the ESL StarCraft 2 account?
Maybe.
Maybe you should.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I did. That was PogChamp. Yeah.
ESL has their not regional finals, their season finals this weekend, I think. And for the first time, they have casters in an actual studio. And yesterday was the rehearsal, and Todd is one of these guys. And for the people on the video feed here, look who has the best fashion of them all. We got from left to right. the Muslim, Calaris, Zombie Grub, Litod, Wardy, and Rotty. And in the middle of the pack, wearing the Back2Warcraft t-shirt, is Litod, representing Warcraft and the brand at the ESL StarCraft 2 broadcast. Isn't that wonderful?
I think that's great. I think the shirt color is horrific, but I do like the logo on that shirt. The blue on yellow, I don't even know why we let that one go through. But Todd, you wearing that's very brave. But I will say, yeah, it's sick that he wore that to the rehearsals and flexed a little bit of Back2Warcraft, man. A lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for Todd. I think he definitely has a positive impact on the game, and I think he's a great caster, and I think he's worthy of the accomplishments and the accolades that he has. And yeah, I love Todd, man.
I will definitely watch a lot of that StarCraft broadcast. All the people there are amazing, and StarCraft is a very good game, so feel free to check it out. Support ESL and DreamHack because they support Warcraft a lot.
You know what? There's a topic I want to talk about. Maybe we'll do it on the next one.
Oh, another tease for a topic.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm gonna hint at?
Not at all.
Okay, I'll message you it, and then if you don't know what it is, we'll talk about it on the next topic. But if you do know what it is, maybe we can bounce.
I have no idea who that person even is.
Okay, then we'll do it on the next one. But yeah, so StarCraft 2 is going up. That tournament, that's what Todd is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we talking about StarCraft 2 now?
No, we talk about Warcraft.
Yeah, so okay, so that topic that I just messaged you about is we'll do it next time. We'll do it next time, 100%. But that's a really good topic. So we'll do that later. Yeah, so
nice, good content, Mr. Host.
You missed a month. I just think it's going to take us like a long time to break down, and if you don't already understand, then I really want your perspective on this. So I want you to understand the context first. So okay. I don't want to have to I don't want to have to like shittily explain something to you. I'd rather you do the research and then we can actually talk about it. So that's why I'm postponing it, guys, so that we can actually talk about it when we're both properly informed. Because I'm gonna try to explain it to you, and it's not gonna come across because I'm shit at explaining stuff. So I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Well, why'd you bring it up, Ricky? Well, I'm sorry. Okay, YouTube, everyone on spot. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. You missed a month. I feel like we covered so much shit while you were gone.
What did you cover?
Smile Cup, Doyu, Huya.
Oh, wow, that's 3 Asian tournaments already. That's pretty sick.
But that's like a lot, though, right? Because you know how it works. It's like 6-day, 7-day stints each. On the restreams and stuff. I have to say, I'm a better observer than those fucking observers on the Chinese broadcast, man. They don't know what the fuck they're looking at, which is like sweet. Because I was the worst observer for Dust League Season 3. Because I would just look at the chat all the time. So that's my excuse. I wouldn't actually focus on observing. I would just focus on the chat because I'm a narcissist. But I'm actually not a narcissist. I'm a genius.
This is actually why we do the podcast recorded and not live.
Yeah, because I would read the chat right now. Yeah, I don't have a chat to read. I'm actually like kind of freaking out. I'm like, what do people think?
And you're still distracted most of the time.
Yeah, that's because I got the AC/DC. But Thunderstruck. But I think yeah, we kickstarted Dust League. WGL's coming up. It feels like we just have more and more and more tournaments.
And you know what? One of the next big tournaments is that's coming up. Segway alert!
Yeah, baby, DreamHack's coming back. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, dude.
Oh shit. So that's coming up too, but
WGL Summer, man. We got a lot...
I just said I said WGL and Dust League, and you said, and we got another one coming up, and I was like, DreamHack.
You sure? You said that?
Yeah, I said WGL and Dust League.
Did I not listen to you?
Oh, that's a first. I'm gonna hose you for it.
Oh boy, it's bad. It's a bad start. Okay, sorry. Yeah, WGL Summer. We got a lot of news today, translated by Wong by Gornland Harbor. It's all up on their website, and pretty exciting news if you ask me, because A, we got the groups, B, we got the system, C, we got the schedule, and the system is kind of new compared to seasons before, because the group stage is round robin, which I hate forever, indefinitely, gonna hate round robin. Doesn't matter what happens, but it's best of 2.
Best of 2?
Best of 2.
Why?
I don't know. A 2-0 match win is awarded 3 points, a 1-1 tie is awarded 1 point, and a 0-2 loss is given no points. That's pretty interesting, man. We haven't had that in a long time. So map score is a thing, and then, top 2 of each group go into a single elimination quarterfinal, where everything is best of 5. So the groups are Group A, Fortitude, Focus, Moon, and Alice. It keeps on happening that Fortitude and Focus are in the same group. It feels like every second tournament these guys met.
Yeah, Fortitude. Yeah, where the fuck is Fly?
He's not qualified.
He botched the wildcard qualifier? Oh my god, he lost to Soen. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm looking at this like...
It's the first time that Infi and Fly are not qualified for WGL.
And Infi won 2 straight, right? But he chose not to participate.
And the gold finals, yes.
Yeah.
So he did a clean 3-peat in 2020 and then said, I'm going to stream. Probably going to be there as a caster.
There's a lot of drama going on for those broadcasters, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, you know something here.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. It's so fucking crazy, man. I'm so glad that we have a monopoly, because if there was anyone else that could just rip off our shit, oh man, that's stressful. That is so stressful. But we're on top.
Okay. Okay, whatever. Group B is Colorful, Soin, Sock, and Linguagua?
Yes.
So, pretty colorful, like, this is an interesting group, but not very top-heavy. Group C, first Western participant with PCG, Chemico, Lin, and Hawk. Not gonna be easy for Hawk, that's for sure, and not easy for Foggy as well, who's our second Western representative, of course. He's in a group with 120, Law Liot, and PCG. No, it's 15 Sway.
Yeah, I think Foggy's actually going to do better than we think.
As always,
even though he's playing one of the best undeads and the best undeads in the world, I think Foggy on Netties, man, he's a fucking animal. Like, he's so good. And I talked to him in the Dust League qualifiers. I was like, hey man, like, do you not get deterred? And he said, in his beautiful voice that he says, I don't have a choice. I want to play Warcraft 3. I want to get paid, so I got to play on Netties, and it is what it is. And I said, he basically just accepted the ping and he got used to it, and it is what it is. Obviously, there's a lot of things he can't do at the highest level, but he still makes it work. I mean, great performances lately. Yeah. He beat Moon off of that funny-ass Concealed Hill game where the Zeppelin got it snared and he lost all his heroes. But, I mean, Foggy's... If I could clone Foggy, I've said this before, if I could clone Foggy and make him play Orc and Undead and Human at the highest level, I would just have him in all my tournaments, because that guy just loves to compete, and you got to respect it.
So this tournament will, of course, be broadcast by Back2Warcraft, and it's starting on my birthday, July 13. What was the starting time? I think at noon, Central European Summer Time. And it's going from Tuesday to Sunday, so 4 days of group stage, 1 day quarterfinal, and 1 day for semifinal and grand final. And it's about $31,000, but Chinese community still has the option to boost that prize pool. There's basically like a battle chest or a battle pass integration on Netties, so if the community is going hot on that, the prize pool will still increase. So that's
do you know what the starting prize pool was last season? Because it was up to 70, right? Do you know if they started at 28 and then it got up to 70?
No idea.
Because this does look like less, right? This does look like considerably less.
Yeah, I think it's less, but I'm really not sure. I don't remember that.
Oh well. I mean, it's a great tournament. Obviously, best of the best playing. Soen knocking out Fly in the wild card qualifier, so he's going to take the Orc slot, and Focus. We don't see a lot of Focus except for the big tournaments, so I'm excited about that. Obviously, Fortitude and Alice, like you said, 15 Sway, PCG, all of these underdogs looking to make a splash, and then of course Hawk and Foggy trying to make an impact as well. And we'll see how she goes. We're going to be casting it. I'm excited if I can get even a day in on a broadcast. I'll be excited about that for sure.
We'll see if the schedules align, and we will get you on. I'm super excited. Of course, I'm going to cast that as I casted every single GCS/WGL so far, and it's not going to stop, even though it's probably Reforged graphics. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Those.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Host, what's next on the topic, on the menu?
We could talk about Dust League. I think last podcast we talked about how we were just about to start the group stage, and we have this server chart and stuff like that. And for the most part, we did Group A and Group B. Players were super cool. Players were understanding of the rules. In fact, we changed one of the charts. I think primarily CIS against West Europe. We changed that because I think Todd against Foggy ended up being Europe Central was one of the good ones, or maybe Todd against Sonic, one of them. So it's always changing. It's always adapting. I thought it was really cool. A lot of people have reached out and said, hey, can you send me the chart? Because we want to either use it or we want to do our own spin on it. But a lot of TOs now are starting to turn to the fair hosting conditions, which I think is great for online. I think it's really, really cool. So I was really shocked when Duro messaged me from War 3 Info League, because I don't think he ever cared about me or anything I had to say. So
he's a great
the fact
guy.
That he was yeah, well, sure. But I think for the most part, he was like, hey, can I get that? And I was like, oh, fuck, that's weird as shit. But yeah, here you go. But I don't think he likes me, dude. I made his life hell in that fucking league.
He just has to get to know you better. You're a sweetheart.
True. I think so. Yeah, I'm a good guy. But yeah, Dust League, obviously big shout out again to Todd for competing. Todd did not want to compete. He told me many, many times, I don't want to play Warcraft 3. I just want to cast and do my thing. And I begged him to play, and he finally accepted. And he didn't have the greatest result, but it was really fun and enjoyable to watch. So big shout out to Todd for actually accepting and putting on some good games for everybody. Yeah. I think that's great. And we got to see, Hitman. Hitman doesn't play War 3 Champions a lot. He doesn't play War 3 Champions End tournament, so there's no real cross-server realm where Hitman plays. He doesn't play WGL. He doesn't play this and that. So Dust League was the debut for him on fair hosting conditions, and he shows that he's a little bit fucking human, Giannis. He beats Soen 2-0, which is holy shit, but he loses to Alice 2-1. Alice taking the 2-1. Alice actually coming first in Group B. Defeating Insup and Hitman, showing that even a B-tier Asian, which I would consider Alice to be the B-tier, he's not the Lalayat Moon colorful, still can compete with the top of NA and EU. So that's what we wanted to see too, right? How does a PCG, a Linguagua, how do these guys do against Hitman, who's destroying everyone in NA, right? That's what I wanted to see. So the whole point of this league is starting to really come to Alice, a competitor. And then Hitman beat Soen again 2-0 in the lower bracket, but they were close games. But that was really cool to watch Hitman play. And we'll get those VODs up on YouTube as soon as I stop procrastinating.
Did Hitman lose to Talons twice? Because I look at Liquipedia at the hero combo. Okay, maybe that's his Achilles heel. Little unfortunate for Insup. I think his keyboard broke at the day of the tournament, or hours prior.
So the night before, he spilt whiskey on it, drinking shots on his stream. And then he tried to fix it, but it didn't fix. So he replaced it. He replaced it with an old working keyboard. So at the time he was playing, he did have a functional keyboard that maybe he just wasn't used to the feel because he didn't use that keyboard for a long time. But it was a functioning keyboard. What I'm upset about is him off racing against Orc, because he chose to play Soen with Orc mirror, and I really wanted to see, I know that maybe you don't want to play Undead against Hitman, but I think against Soen you should try and see where you stand, because they're two completely different players, right? So him just assuming because I can't beat Hitman, I can't beat Soen, I'm going to do Orc mirror was kind of annoying. But can't make people play what we want.
Going to be an interesting weekend this time, because of course Dust League continues. Lawlight versus the Great Wall, and Fish versus Michael on Saturday before Sunday. It's one of the hardest groups, I would think. Spiral versus Kraft, and Neutron versus Deuce.
I love how everyone just doesn't even say his name anymore. It's just Deuce. That's so funny. Yeah, the King is going to go up against a lot of really, really good European players. So Spiral, Krav, Neutron. I think Spiral's playing Elf. Krav, Undead, obviously. So it's a double Undead, double Elf group. Maybe Spiral switches to Orc, but I really doubt it. He did list himself as a Night Elf player.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited, man. We're wrapping this stuff up, and then we'll get into the round of 8 soon. And I'm just so happy that we made it work. Above
yeah,
everything.
really proud of you that you got this to work, and it's not only working in theory but also in practice, with no one really complaining, I guess. That's
there's
major
complaints.
step.
There's complaints.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's a few, but luckily those people are eliminated now, Giannis. So hopefully doesn't become any more issues. Wink, wink. I wonder who it is.
Me too.
But yeah, but overall, just really, really amped about it. And yeah,
Cool.
Group C and Group D this weekend. So more Warcraft 3 action, of course.
All right. If you listen to this, you should definitely sign up to DreamHack qualifiers. The Asian one is starting this weekend already, 3rd and 4th. I wonder if we get enough players to actually do the tournament. Europe and America starts on July 10 and July 11. Sign-ups for that are at linktree/Back2Warcraft, linktr.ee/Back2Warcraft, or on the ESL page, or on all the socials. You will find that one. It would be really, really, really important if you sign up, if you show your support, if you show ESL and DreamHack that there is a big scene and people want to compete and people want to qualify for the big leagues. And I really want to see Hippo and Armin qualify for at least the close qualifiers.
That'd be sick.
Almost an hour now. Time for some questions and our answers.
Yeah, let's get into the Q&A here. We had a bunch of questions from Patreon. You guys could also ask your questions if you want. You just have to be a patron. The Theory Crafter, I think the Theory Crafter will do it. That's access to the podcast and the Q&A. So that's $5, I think.
Correcto.
Second tier. But yeah, we got some questions here from our patrons. So we'll start with Save Orcas. Save Orcas obviously built Echo Isles 2.0. He's a map maker. Also a all-around great dude. So his first question obviously relates to that. There is no map rotation plan for ESL Fall. Since Back2Warcraft has some contacts with ESL and DreamHack, can the map making community get some roadmap schedule on the planned map rotation at least 1 year ahead? How many maps will be out? How many new maps? And when are they expected to be in? Because if we have the roadmap, we can at least prepare, test, and make maps ahead of time. I totally agree with you. I really don't think that we could get that kind of information a year in advance because that's not the way DreamHack works. DreamHack is very much the event before, so to speak. And that's usually about a month or maybe 2 in advance. I agree that there should be map rotations, but do you even think, Giannis, that there's enough maps to consistently, regularly do that? Do you think it changes and there will be more maps if we announce that there's map rotation?
This is probably a question for Remo, I guess, since I am completely out of the loop when it comes to maps. I know, I can rather comment on the first part of the question. Yes, there's no map rotation for fall, but there might be for winter. A roadmap for 1 year ahead is absolutely not possible. Nothing in the Warcraft world works 1 year ahead. Not NetEase, not ESL, not DreamHack, not even us.
No.
We think we'll be.
I could get fired tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that is not possible at all. It would be nice. It was really, really cool that they announced the entire schedule up to the grand finals in Beijing, I think last year in December. So that's the most you can get. There's a schedule out for winter, and you have to do some promo if you want new maps in. I guess that is then up to you and the Remos of this world. I have no idea if they want to rotate more out and want to rotate more in. I really have absolutely no idea.
I'll be honest, we could probably Save Orcas suggest, because I think everyone is sick and tired of Echo Isles. I think we could honestly suggest of rotating.
Echo Isles.
Yeah, but Echo Isles 2.0 is way better.
I don't know. I never saw a game on it.
All right. Well, he's not on your side, Save Orcas, but I am.
Not yet.
The second part of the question, does Back2Warcraft plan to organize support a 1v1 map contest this year? This was done a few times in the past. Remo even was a judge for one of the contests. I think that's a great fucking idea. I don't think we've ever thought about it lately, but Giannis, I think that'd be a great idea.
I think that is usually ran by Hive, and we support it sometimes a little. We can definitely support it in any way it's needed. But this is also like map related stuff, all remo, not my cup of tea. But yeah, if someone wants to do it, we can go ahead.
Should we hint at DreamHack to maybe consider Echo Isles 2.0 and other maps that are in the, like, what other maps are there? There's Shallowed Grave, there's a bunch of other maps that are being built, right? Like, is it our job? Like, is that something we can do to be like, hey, consider these maps? Like, we don't put them in, but consider them.
I think map makers should create maybe a little PDF or something saying this would be this would be our approach to a map pool revamp, and then list what maps you would likely rotate out and why. And what are the new maps that you would put in and why, especially like maybe with some quotes of players that played it, or link to videos where two pros played against each other. And then, like, we can't do all the research ourselves. You have to approach us. You have to pitch the maps to us. And then if we, like, you can, at the same time, pitch them to DreamHack, of course, and Skill Cups and NetEase and whatever. But we can, of course, help you with that if it's worth supporting.
I also think, like, Save Orcas, in your case, do your own research, kind of, talk to War 3 champions and say, hey, can you put this in for a month and block out the old Echo and just let people try it? And if they hate it, then it's something I have to work on. Or if they like it, or maybe add it with the Echo.
I would hate that. Like,
yeah, but there's already shitty maps on there anyway.
But Echo Isles needs to be on War 3 champions as long as there's Echo Isles in tournaments.
Yeah, no, keep both, but have the option for the people to try the 2.0. So if people are sick of Echo Isles, they can ban Echo Isles and keep Echo Isles 2.0 and play that one, or they can play whatever, right? It's free choice as long as you have 5 vetoes. But I think, like, Save Orcas, you should actually get some data of your own, especially when you're making, like, a pitch deck and you want your map to be on a major fucking tournament. I think you need to have, like, proof of concept, right? Like, proof of does it work? I think that starts with War 3 champions. I think War 3 champions staff are totally cool. I think if you said, hey, I got Echo Isles 2.0, this could be the next best thing, just put it in and let's see if people play it. For the most part, the pros won't play it unless you actually approach them, because if it's not in the main tournament map pool, they're not going to give a shit. But if you, like, approach someone like Hitman, or you approach someone like Carson, or anyone in the scene to play, the Europeans, and you say, hey, can you just play this map, I mean, maybe, reach out to someone like me and say, here's $100. The map pool is Echo Isles 2.0 only, and you just play this Echo Isles 2.0 tournament, right? Like shit like that. So you need some proof of concept. You definitely need some word of people's mouths. I mean, look what happened with Tide Hunters and Autumn Leaves. People raised such a fit, put this in, we love this map, put it in, and it quickly got in really quickly. And I think guys like Care and Tenchi are they put in a lot of work to promote. They even fought me a lot of times when I said their maps were shit. So I mean,
rightfully so.
They put in the work to put their maps in the pool, right? So do the same.
Yeah, I think it's
a lot of options.
There's a clear ladder, I guess, to climb when it comes to maps. First one is War 3 champions. Second one is Skill Cups. Third one is then the big boys with DreamHack and NetEase, where I think DreamHack is easier to pitch to, obviously. European-based company, Euro admins, Euro decision makers, and then NetEase can follow if they want to. So that would be my approach. And of course, especially like the Remos of this world will certainly help you, if I'm getting that correctly.
But to get a map rotation planned and implemented, it's going to be a lot of work. And I think a lot of you guys, map makers, need to like figure out a way to sustain and do that on your own. It's gonna be hard for us to say, well, let's put map rotation. Well, what maps? And that's not really our job to do. But I think this is a great question. I think it's worth implementing. I would like to see more work done from you guys in terms of getting proof of concept. Get your shit in War 3 champions, like you said. Get into the small TOs. Make Dust League want to put into the map pool. Like convince me even. Like I'm one of the people that's looking at Echo Isles 2.0 and I'm still on the fence. Try to convince me, right? Like I'm the person that you're trying to convince as well. And then maybe as it gets more and more popular, it just becomes normal to put that in the major tournaments.
Yeah, for convincing Ricky, his PayPal is Ricky Robidoux at Back2Warcraft.
Yeah, at gimmemoney.com. Yeah, exactly.
At gimmemoney.com.
It's very easy to convince me. But yeah, let's move on to another question. That was a great question, though, Save Orcas. Next question from the Grinchy main.
Grinchy! New Patreon of ours. Midas tier.
Fresh fish. He says, any tips for someone considering becoming a Twitch streamer? Don't do it! Go ahead, Giannis.
I think we covered this in a previous podcast pretty excessively. So just the basics. Don't plan everything out to the fullest. Just get basic gear. I think a webcam is very important. I think good audio is very important. Not even the greatest video quality, but audio is more important than that. Otherwise, it sounds like shit and you just turn off. In my opinion, you have to go with socials at the same time. At least a Twitter account. Everything else is, of course, on top preferred. And consistency is key, so it doesn't really matter how often you stream it. At the beginning, of course, the more the merrier. But if you only have time for one stream a week, then go for it. But make it themed. And for the Lord, tell me why I should watch your stream. For example, a bad example of this would be Happy. When I see Happy on Twitter, he's like, let's go, link to the stream. Why would I watch that? What's the incentive to watch this stream right now? There's none. If you say, okay, my goal today is 10 wins, and I'm streaming until I get the 10 wins, which is kind of stupid, but you have to have a mission to sell your stream to me. And I think having these challenges is exciting for the viewers, is exciting for you as well, since you have a certain goal. And yeah, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to cast? Do you want to play? There's plenty of options. There's still niches in the niche, I think. But yeah, start basic. You don't need the most fancy lighting and the green screen and animated backgrounds or anything. Just do whatever feels right and have a mission and go.
I think those are really good points. I'm jotting down some of my own. So my main ones would be, there's a lot of ways in Warcraft 3 that you can actually kind of wedge your way into this space. And I would say connect with everyone at the beginning. Connect and try to be connected with everyone. So that means try to get involved with INSUP. That means try to get involved with Back2Warcraft. Use the gym resource as like, hey, I'm streaming. Try to be personable and try to be a part of the community, and the community will feed back to you. I promise you. That includes like, trying to raid people for one viewer. It gets their name and your name in their mouth. Like if you raid Back2Warcraft with one viewer, I'm still going to bring it up on the stream. Thanks Grinchy for the one viewer raid. Appreciate it. Instantly, you've just put yourself on the Back2Warcraft stream without even realizing it. And then obviously Jim and Back2Warcraft, like I said, we're huge assets. There's other ones too. Try to message someone and be like, hey, INSUP, you don't do reruns anymore. Do you mind rating me after the stream? I would really appreciate it. I got the stream coming up. I'm probably going to do like 3 hours. And I want to just stream some Night Elf and try to make a thing of it. Try to connect with people. Don't burn bridges. Try to wedge your way into everything. Socials too. I mean, look at someone like Armin VB. Like Armin VB tweets at us, tweets at everybody. Crab, look what Crab did when he was streaming. He tweeted all the time, funny graphics. Tried to show your personality, I think, the best you can. Obviously, a camera is necessary. You have to have some sort of webcam to connect with people. I think the no webcam is a dying thing. Don't do that anymore. Also have a watchable product, but be yourself. Be true to yourself, and just don't try to be something that you're not. Try to be entertaining while being yourself, and that's harder said than done. But when you find what you bring to the table and it's genuine, people will connect to that. And the biggest one is, if you want to really take this seriously and be a streamer, be prepared to have one viewer and fail for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You cannot expect after a month, my viewership didn't go up, I failed. People that are professional streamers now with the huge 20,000 subscribers, they used to have one viewer for years. before they caught their break and got lucky. And it is very much about getting lucky, catching a break, the right place, right time, right connections. There's no such thing as having a contact that's bad. Everything leads to something. So don't burn bridges, like I said, and just really grind at it. And you never know what's going to happen, man.
And list your stream on Warcraft 3 info, I think, is pretty big as well.
Yep. Use the resources that you have. War 3 info, everything. There's a lot of resources here that you can put your name out. I don't know how you're going to get the people to click, but you can definitely put your name out there. So we just named a fuckload of resources that probably people aren't even realizing. So I don't have the answer, though. You know, when I turn on my personal stream, I have like 30 views. So I'm not going to try to show you like, yeah, I have 6,000 subs. Look at me. But it's tough, man. It's tough.
Okay, right. Next question. Good luck with that, Grinchy. Nether, why do you try to limit the podcast to an hour? Yeah, Ricky. Why is that?
Oh, you motherfucker! I knew you were gonna fucking host me.
I would love to talk for like 2 or 3 hours with you.
Oh yeah, here
like,
we go.
I have time. Yeah. We could do
more. It's always
more,
you cutting it off, Ricky. You know, we tried to keep this to an hour because I feel like we could go off for hours and hours, and because this is weekly, I think our main thing was we don't want to run out of shit to talk about. So the 1 hour rule is pretty much so we can stay fresh and stay relevant and to you guys. We don't want you guys to have like a boring podcast experience. We don't want the stream or the podcast to become boring. So that's why we have an hour cap, and it's usually 45 minutes of banter and then 15 minutes of Q&A. If there are some, and if not, we'll just do a bit more banter. But that's pretty much the gist of it.
You said jizz.
The gist, yeah. It's pretty much just staying fresh and relevant for you guys. And sometimes we've gone above an hour. We could do like an hour 15. This is already becoming like an hour 10. So you know, that's pretty much the gist. Yeah. I think what would help is having the Q&A, giving us something to talk about. It's really helpful, but for the most part, we kind of just vent on our own, and I think a lot of people are enjoying that. So it's comforting to know that no matter what we talk about, you guys really enjoy it. I hope, and yeah, that's why we stick to the 1 hour.
All right. That's it for episode 15. Thank you very much for tuning in, especially the guys on the Patreon. I hope you had fun with the content you got there. You got a very nice movie recommendation by Remo. I give a thumbs up for that. I gave a little introduction to emo music that I listened to. Wonderfully written, if I may say so. Very hard, like from the heart onto Patreon. This is where it's for, right? To give a little bit of more personality to a platform. Carson, also wonderful music recommendation, gets a double thumbs up for his contribution there. We had a custom game evening as well, and there's so much, and I wonder why are not more people Patreons already, Ricky?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit that we offer, so it's a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying the Patreon. I like the engagement. Like, we never really, outside of like Twitch chat DMs or Twitch DMs or Twitter DMs, never really had a good way to connect with you guys. So I personally like how we just get closer with you guys and more hands-on, and it feels like it's not so much us privately in our own bubble and then you guys separately. It's kind of like bringing you guys into the bubble, so I like it a lot. And yeah, you guys could sign up patreon.com/Back2Warcraft. Check out the cool perks, a lot of cool tiers, coaching. Like we said, you get the podcast a week, the week of, so YouTube gets it a week later. But there's a lot of stuff like the music recommendations, theorycraft priority, coaching, like I said, and you get a VIP in the chat if you keep going up and up in the tiers. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can get by supporting us, which we appreciate.
And of course, the best people of the highest tiers get a shout out here, like Knubbe Quakes the Golden Goat with the highest tier and the biggest contributions. Thank you so much, Knubbe. Also, the Midas tier represented by Toxie now Grinchy as well, by Nem, Safe Orcas, Ascriptions, and Taggy. The Prophet tier gets a mention, of course, as well. Thank you, Don Dolado, Jay Getson, and Padrut. These guys are with us for the entire time since this Patreon is up, and we are incredibly thankful for your support. This is what keeps the engine running. This is also what gives us the financial power to invest into some things. Maybe I'm teasing something and release it on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Patreon next month. A little sneak peek behind the curtains. But yeah, the work never stops. For me, it just started. Tomorrow is my comeback to streaming. This weekend is Dust League Group C and D with Ricky and Bidu. Everything is packed.
With Ricky and Bidu.
With Ricky and Bidu and Carson. It's going to be a TriCast.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we
Who's
go.
more funny? Who's more funny, guys? Ricky or Bidu? Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
That's it. Bye-bye. Or do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be really awkward, like those guys that have been with us since like the first Patreon, like because we've gotten so used to saying their names, right? Like we don't even have to look anymore.
Yeah.
But like the second one person leaves, ooh, they're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Ooh, they're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Ooh, food for thought, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.